Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new playthrough of Timberborn. This is a fantastic, I would say fairly new game. Currently in early access, it is a city builder where we are not playing as people, we are playing as beavers in a post-apocalyptic world where human beings are no more and beavers rule. So as I said, this is episode 1, and let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so here we go, episode 1. And don't worry if you are a returning viewer who's here for Transport Fever 2 content. That is not going away. We're just taking a little break to play some Timberborn. So let's go ahead and get into a new game here. We're going to play as the Folktails. The other option is the Iron Teeth. I kind of want this to be a pretty laid-back playthrough, and I think the Folktails are perfect for that. Easygoing, but hardworking. Folktails are expert farmers, they respect nature, and it rewards them with plentiful bounties. Perfect. And now, we are going to be playing on... which one? I think it's Mountain Range is what we want to play on. So it's a 196 by 196, that's the map size. So it's a moderately sized map, it's a pretty good size. We're going to be playing on normal difficulty. Hard, the difference in hard is you start with less resources, which once you get through the, the first, few days of the game isn't really a problem. But then the droughts become more and more severe, and I just find them to be a little tedious. Again, want this to be a pretty laid-back playthrough, so we're going to go normal difficulty. Let's go ahead and get into this game. So if you've never played Timberborn before, I highly recommend it. Like I said, it's currently in early access, so the developers are continuously adding things on. Let's go ahead and name our city here. We're going to call it Beaverville. Beaverville to start. We'll just go ahead and pause the game as you see our beavers come out of their little district center. Okay, so as I was saying, we're currently playing on I believe it's an open beta patch. So there's a lot of new stuff in here that the developers are still working on. So, if they change some stuff up and we lose our save, it's not the end of the world. We can always come back and try something new. But I think for now, we'll go ahead and get into it. For those who have never played, let's go through a little bit of the UI really quick. So if we come up here into the top left, we kind of have our beaver information. So if you click on this menu, you can kind of see there's a bunch of tabs here where you can get a lot of info about your beavers. Just to their right is their well-being. So you can see that they're currently getting a +1 from hunger, thirst, and sleep. Game just started. They're fed. They're watered. They've slept. But they're getting a -3 because none of them have any shelter. So it's just a wash. They're currently at 0. And then this little set of bars here, you can see we've got 7 adults and 4 children, 11 homeless, 5 unemployed, and 2 have jobs. The 2 that have jobs are currently builders in our district center. Okay, so then continuing across the top, we got our resources. So we got science, finished goods, intermediary goods, food, logs, and water. And then we got all of our time controls up here on the right. And then the stuff on the bottom, I'll just kind of talk about it as we go through and play the game. Okay, so let's go ahead and start out. We're going to go into paths and structures. We'll grab a road. I think I'll carry it over there, down there, and then maybe something like that. Just to kind of start us out, you can kind of see our range if you click on your district center. So they can't actually get up here because our road only goes so far, but that's fine for now. So let's go into wood. We definitely want to get... cutting some logs. Set up a couple down here as well. And we can go ahead, let's go to 2 times speed, let them start building that. Now why don't we get a log storage right about there. They can get building that. Okay, so now you can see these guys. They have nothing to cut in their area. Nothing to do in range. Right here. So we have to go into cut trees, and we can mark all of these trees to be cut. You can totally go over buildings. I just like to try and keep it clean. So that's why I'm trying to avoid the buildings and the roads. Totally unnecessary. You can just cover everything and they will cut it. But for now, I think that that'll be good. So what else should we do? I think we'll get a couple gatherer flags in there that they can go ahead and build. This large pile is going to be for logs, so we can just set that up before they get it built. And then I'm actually going to pause these 3 down here once they're built. Just so that, you know, we kind of prioritize the logs up here, and we can come down here and cut these later on. Actually, now that I think about it, I want to build a dam. So why don't we pause those and get them down here, cutting away. Now, these gatherers, they don't need to be told where to gather. They'll just go ahead and gather straight away. Okay, so that's good. Now, if we go into landscaping, so if we go out of our build view, you can see the water here. So it spawns up here. It's going to run down the map, and eventually off the edge. Now, currently, there's no drought in forecast, but droughts will happen, and when they do, they are not good. So we're going to go ahead and get a dam built in here straight away. And then we can also use that as a bridge, so we can get a nice bridge over there. We'll just wait for this pine tree to grow so that they can cut it down, we can get the wood. But getting that dam built is going to be a priority. Other things, if we go into water, you can see we have no water stockpiled. So getting a series of water pumps will be huge. So let's get a road in here. I'll probably carry that on and maybe eventually cross it over. And then if we go into storage, we could get, not a small warehouse, a small water tank. Probably get 2 of those in there. So let's kind of prioritize this stuff. I think we're going to go, you can go down to assign priorities. I want them to build this water pump first. Then I want them to build the dam. And then I'm going to have one of these 2 tanks be set to absolute lowest priority. Just so that they, if I queue anything else up, they won't jump ahead and do the next storage. I'm also going to set the water pump to the highest working priority. And then, just kind of curious where all of our workers are. There's another good way to see it. If you come up here and you go to workplaces, you can see kind of where you've got workers. So these 2 gatherers don't have workers because we just don't have enough in the district, and that's okay. That's okay for now. We're doing pretty good on food. We got plenty of berries. Water is going to be the main thing. That's going to be the issue. But you can see these beavers prioritizing this dam first. So, obviously we're going to gather all these berries fairly quickly. It really doesn't take that long to gather them all. So I'd like to build a farmhouse so we can grow some food. And then I'm also going to build a warehouse. Just like that. Might seem like a curious setup, but I assure you that there's a method to the madness. We got no trees to cut down here, so I'm going to pause these 3 and unpause those. And maybe we'll pause 2 of the gatherers so that we, because we're, again, not really hurting on food right now. We're going to need logs. And then water. You can see we got 2 beavers that are quite thirsty. If this bar gets all the way to the bottom, you can see that won't be good. But you can actually see that we're getting an effect here. We're getting a minus 25% movement speed because they're thirsty. So getting water is huge in this game. Making sure that they have enough resources. is very important. I'm going to go ahead and queue up a couple houses in there. Start to get a road going down there. And let's go back into our priorities. So finish the dam first. Then get the farmhouse and the storage built. And then, let's say, get that water storage. And then go ahead and get the houses done. I think that is actually, I kind of want to get the water storage done first. This is going to store carrots, so we can go ahead and get that planned. Then we can go ahead and start some carrots in there. This is going to be super high priority, but only one worker, and they're going to prioritize planting for now. Okay, so that's going to be good. Now, I'm going to come in here to demolish buildings and resources. Nope. Demolish resources. And I want my builders to just go ahead and clear these out as they're picked. Just because I eventually want to get this all planted with crops. Berries are good, but they just don't. They're not a super reliable food source. So we'll go ahead and just fill that out with carrots. You can see that they're getting planted. This needs to be set to water storage so that he will keep pumping water. And then let's also get this road lined up to end up going up the stairs. That would be good. And then similarly, just need someone to cut down that last tree, and then we can start to get some houses built around here. So we'll do something like that. We'll get those two built. Those two, then the water storage, and then these two. And I would love for Beaver to come over here and cut this log down so that we can get it hooked up with our road, just like that. Perfect. And now I could even get another house in here. It just needs the door. So you can see door on the right, door on the left. So I just need to get the right house in there, like that. And then we can do that. That'll be good. Just going to make sure that that gets built absolutely last. And we can continue with what we were doing. So, I think we're going to delete these. Those actually have resources in them, but they will get dropped on the ground and picked up later on. And then we can go ahead and unpause those. Get those cut down. Now, let's go ahead and get ready to pick up here. So we can go ahead and do that. And then we can assign this whole top space as an area to be cut. And then we can unmark everything down here, except for that small area with the trees still in it. So we can unmark all of that. We can get those paused, so they'll go off and work up here. We have 2 unemployed beavers, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and get another water pump going. As well as a little road like that. Just working our way around there. Okay, so we're doing pretty good on logs. We're doing okay on food. Not quite as well, you know, as we would like. But we just kind of need to get these bushes cleared out so that we can continue to plant the carrots. In here. This is all going to be carrots. Okay, so now what we really want to do is we want to build a forester, but you can see that that requires 60 science. So we have to go into science here and get a couple of these building. Oh, a little misclick there. We'll get rid of those. So if we go into science, just trying to think how we want to lay this out. So I imagine there will be a road coming down there. So why don't we get those built? Something like that. And I'm going to set these sciences to a lower priority for the workplace. Just so that if there's ever any vacant beavers that aren't working presently, they can go ahead and hop into a science. While I'm going to keep my water pump, I'm actually probably going to pause one of them so we can get a little bit more science coming in. While our water pump is going to be at a little bit lower or higher priority, but currently we're going to have one pause because I think we can handle it with 2. Now, we're waiting on the 60 science for the forester. But you can also see that the forester requires 7 planks to build, and we currently have no planks. So if we go into wood, next to the forester we have a lumber mill. This will allow us to make planks. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the lumber mill in there. Lumber mill requires 50 horsepower. You can see that in the top right of the little lumber mill tool tab. So let's go into power, grab a power wheel. Go ahead and do that. Okay. And now these have cut down all the logs that they can. So we can go ahead and delete those. Get those logs moved down here. And then this will go ahead and start creating some planks. And then once we get the science required, we can go ahead and get that forester. Let's just go ahead and continue to clear these shrubs. Just clicking on the ones that don't have berries because I want my gatherers to pick them. I'll have to get another gatherer in there. Get all of those picked. And then we can continue to plant as we go. And continue to remove berries as we go. Okay, so we have enough science. So let's go ahead and unlock the forester. We'll go ahead and put him in there. And then we'll build some gathering flags down there, as well as turn these ones on. And then we can tell them to cut down the trees in that area as well. Get rid of these chestnuts and these pines. We don't want them. And you can actually see these pines are regrowing. That's because they're in this fertile green area. They're not up here in the dead, which is good. Okay. Well-being. Well-being is great. We're going to go ahead and put in a couple grindstones. So maybe like one there. Could get the shrub, and I could put a couple shrubs there. That would look nice. We just need 20 science for that. So why don't I pause those? Maybe get some science going. Let's see. We built the forester, so we can pause the lumber mill for now. No need for them to be there. Let's just see how we're doing here. This guy needs something to plant. So we're going to go ahead and plant maples down here. Let's just continue our road. I might bring it out to there. so that we have an area to put in more lumberjacks in future. So let's go ahead and get some maples planted in here. Something like that. Okay. And then these chestnuts will grow much faster than these maples, so hopefully they can cut them down. I might even come in here and just have them remove all of these little sapling chestnuts, just so that they're out of the way and we can just get maples planted here. And that'll be good. Maples are good. Other trees are bad. At least, that's the way I look at it anyway. Let's go ahead and continue this road on, just straight through there. We really need some more science, is what we need. So what we really need, if we're being honest, is more people, more beavers. So this forester, you can see he's coming in here and planting the maples. If you really want to think about kind of efficiency of space, maples are your best bet. So birch trees produce 1 log per tree in 9 days. So they're the fastest growing. Pines, 2 logs in 12 days. But they also produce pine sap in 7 days. Maples produce 8 logs in 30 days. So they are the best when it comes to logs per tree. They also produce maple syrup in 12 days. And then chestnut trees, 4 logs in 24 days. So pretty bad on the log count. But they produce chestnuts, 3 in 8 days. So a lot of variety of your trees down here. It just really depends. These trees are going to be for building. I will set up separate forested areas for, harvesting whatever they grow in the future. Okay, so we actually have a free beaver. So why don't we go ahead and get him into there. We can pause those. And then we can come through here and just clear out the remainder of these bushes. And then we can go ahead and pause that. Continue our road along there. And then we can plant carrots all throughout there. So now we got a full field of carrots. That's going to be great. Now, paths and structures really want some stairs. Stairs are great. And they're really useful. Let's see. Can't really fit. I could fit like 2 in there if I kind of stagger them. I could fit 3 all along there. But I would need the platform. And we're going to go stairs first. The reason we're going stairs first is to save space. I'm going to go ahead and put a farmhouse up on top of here. These are going to prioritize carrots. Have maximum priority workplace. Then we're actually going to go ahead and delete that farmhouse. All together. Hopefully these beavers will come through here and, move these resources to wherever they're going to go. Hopefully to the storage. Because we're going to go ahead and put another warehouse down here with another set of stairs. I think this set is going to go this way, though. Let's go ahead and get the shrub. I like the shrub. Put in 2 shrubs there, 1 shrub there. This is going to hold raw potatoes. And you can actually see, I completely missed it, we are in a drought. So we should probably pause these water pumps, because they're going to pump all of our water out of here. And that wouldn't be good. How did I miss that? Okay. Yeah, you can see the water's gone from up here. It's gone from the rest of the map. And our dam is the only thing holding us going. Okay, so now, really want to get the platform. Should probably also start those back up. So let's go ahead and get the platform unlocked. I'm going to put a platform in here. And then I'm going to run a platform down there. Get a set of stairs in here. Build the stairs first. So that we can get the farmhouse up here. And this farmhouse is going to prioritize potatoes. This building isn't connected to any district center by paths. Ah, that's because I didn't put a path on there. Now it is. Okay, and let's pause really quick because we are going to get some potatoes planted through here. Might put a road in there. Feel like it's not necessary. But I think I'm going to anyway. Just for, you know, continuity. And this is all going to be potatoes. I am going to run a road down here, because this is going to be how we're going to get down here in future. And then let's also remove these trees. Maybe not that one. We can put a guy in here and he will go cut that tree down, because it is still in range. And the area is still selected for cutting. And then I'm just going to mark all of this for cutting in the future. There we go. Okay, so we went and cut that down, so we can go ahead and pause that. Demark that for cutting. And then let's fill this up with potatoes. Can't reach, so the last 4 rows got to go. We can do something down there. Let's see how far. Yeah, they can make it all the way over here. And then they can go up there. But now, in order to cook the potatoes, we are going to need a grill. And we're also going to need somewhere to store the potatoes. So we could put that in maybe right there. So this will store, let's see, grilled potatoes. And now if we come into food, we could do something like this. So we could get a little staircase going up there. And a little road. Path into there. And then maybe put a shrub up there. And let's just see. This will be for grilled potatoes. And I want that to be probably highest priority as well. The potatoes are awesome. Because if we come in here, so 1 potato turns into 4 grilled potatoes, whereas 1 carrot is just 1 carrot. There is no extrapolation of the, you know, of the food. It doesn't make anything additional, if that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get a couple more houses in there. And if we go into well-being, I'd love to get a campfire in here. Maybe adjacent to the science. Kind of fits there perfectly. Let's go ahead and do that. You can see, though, completely out of logs. So our building, we need to get these running again. Our building is going to be quite quite hampered for now. You can see that logs is really the last thing holding us up. So we can pause the lumber mill. There's nothing for them to do anyway. And these maples still have quite a way to go. They're only about 30%, so they're only about a third of the way there. So those have quite a ways to go before they are anywhere near ready to eat. So let's just kind of continue to plan out what we're going to build. Excuse me. So I know that we're going to have water pumps down here. Just trying to think of how I could orient this to get another farm in here. Could put a farm in here. Actually going to do this. Just so that I get somebody to come over here and cut that log down. It's kind of a waste of a tree if we don't. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. So this is coming along now. We're doing pretty good. I think I'm going to take this road and just continue it out here just for my memory so that we know it's going to go out that way. And then we can probably... Do I need a second forester? I don't know. I mean, it really depends on how much we're planning on how aggressively we're going to be harvesting. Because, like, if we only have 3 lumberjacks, 1 forester can keep up with that, no problem. But, like, if I fill this whole area in with lumberjacks, which I might as well do, and we're just going to pause those before they get started, just so that they don't suck up jobs. There really isn't like a need for 2 foresters, but if we're going to add all those in, might be good to have another forester right here. Yeah, so why don't we'll just get one, we'll plan for one. We can just pause those. Actually, what am I doing? Why would I... We can cut all of these trees down. Like that. Crazy. I don't know what I'm thinking. So that should give us a decent amount of logs. Hopefully they can go ahead and build these stairs. Let's prioritize the stairs. We don't have a homeless issue right now. We don't have any vacant beds. Now we do, because they just built that. So let's build that next. And then let's probably put this on the lowest. Just so that they get this forester built. So I would love to get another forester in here. I think that that would be very useful. How are we doing on food? We got tons of carrots. These 2 are just waiting here for the potatoes. The potatoes are actually almost done. 99%, so they should pop today, I would imagine. And then once we get this built, which just needs 4 planks, hopefully we can start to get our grill going. This bridge ate up so many resources. Probably more than we needed to spend this early on. That's okay, though. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. I'll probably relocate this. So why don't we just go ahead and delete that? They can gather up all those resources. And then I know that we just planted all of these. But I think we're going to get a log storage right there. Kind of central to this whole thing. I think that that would be good. So once they clear those out, I'll put in a log storage. And then we can go ahead and get that built. Now we do have 10 vacancies. Doing good on water, good on food, good on shelter. Probably going to pull 2 workers off there. We do need somebody to get on that. So why don't I pause both of those? Does that get somebody on there? It does. Okay, so now we can start to get some planks. Because you can see we have 41 raw potatoes just waiting to be cooked. So we need to get these stairs done so that we can get somebody in this grill. Start grilling up those potatoes. So as these planks get made, we should pretty quickly get these stairs built. And that'll be good. Getting the stairs built. Alright, so let's get a storage in here. For logs. Again, we have the logs, so that should get built. And how are these trees coming along? Some of them are almost at halfway. They'll be at halfway by the end of the day. And we're really racking up the raw potatoes, which is good. And we finally have the grill going. So assuming we can get enough wood here, because these actually do require wood. Looks like 1 wood per 10 potatoes, so that'd be 40 food. I think that that's a pretty good trade, if I'm being honest. We're almost done cutting down all these birches. But yeah, you can see right off the bat, already 30 cooked potatoes. That's awesome. We're getting these potatoes picked, which is great. We could really go for another farm for the carrots, because this one farm is just not keeping up with the carrots. So if we were to kind of queue up another one of these, just trying to think of where it would be. So if I put it there, with a set of stairs and a farmhouse, prioritizing carrots, with a high priority workplace. And then if I did something like that, something like that. Connect those up. And then if we go into storage, I'm really mapping out a lot of stuff here. We'll get the medium water tank. Put 1 in there. And then something like that. Alright, so let's low priority all of that. All of that. Low priority. Super low. Moderately low is going to be this big tank. Because there's no point in getting these online if we don't have the storage. I would say highest priority would be this farmhouse setup. And this is going to store carrots. Okay, so you just heard that sound. You kind of saw that information. That is an incoming drought. Let's get those paused. We got somebody in here, so let's continue to plant the maples. We're going to run this road all the way down here. And then if I'm just thinking, so there'll be a platform and stairs there, so we want a road there. Maybe like that. Because then we'll have something going up there. So let's get some maples planted out here. Like that. And then we can just continue this road on. Don't know where it's going to go, but it'll be good to get that going. Let's get a guy in here, just go cut down that last tree. And then once that's cut down, we can pause him again, and then let's fix our cutting area. Want that to be cut. Don't want any of that. Don't want any of that. We do want all of that. So now the cutting area is perfect. Again, it's not necessary to be that precise with the cutting area. I just like to do it. And you can see the potatoes are blowing up. So if we come in here to our well-being, you can see that grilled potatoes are giving us a +2. So our beavers are doing awesome when it comes to the grilled potatoes. We do have... Why aren't they getting full points for the shelter? That's interesting. Because we don't have anyone who's homeless. Not sure. But speaking of homes, probably go ahead and plan out another row of houses. Although I'm probably going to set those to a low priority as well. Actually, let's set them to medium. Then we can set these to a little bit higher. Okay, so since we're in the drought, I'm going to pause those water pumps. Hopefully get a little bit more people in the science. Pause those. So we do have an unemployed beaver. Don't really know where to put him. Although a maple tree should be planted there. That's for sure. These maples are getting there. And I think we have reached a pretty good stopping point for this first episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. If you did and you made it this far, definitely consider subscribing to the channel for more content, as well as liking the video and leaving a comment. The comments really make my day. I try and read them all. I love getting them. They're really, they're just really enjoyable to get. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.